Hello everyone! Welcome to this game! Kirby 64 is the third and final game in a series known as the Dark Matter Trilogy. Basically, starting in Kirby's Dream Land 2, there was this being called the Dark Matter who invaded Dreamland. It was only one of them though, and we defeated it. And then in Kirby's Dream Land 3, Dark Matter came back, another one rather. This time a really big one covered up the entire planet, much like in this situation, and in that case it was led by something called 02. But we defeated that as well. And now here we are in another Dark Matter game. This time there's a bunch of them, once again covering a planet. This time not Kirby's planet, but a heart-shaped one. I guess they were after some sort of crystal, which apparently has just been shattered, and so hence the title. We're going to be collecting the Crystal Shards. Now, I would just like to say, I'm going to get off of that because this is the most boring title screen a Kirby game has ever had. No music, just characters standing randomly in place. By the way, hopefully the audio balancing is good. Before the stream, I picked the loudest song I know of in the game and balanced based off of that, but who knows how the rest of it is sound. Anyway, we're going to be starting a new game here. This is going to be a 100% playthrough. So let's go ahead and delete this file so we can get started on that. Yeah, the balancing sounds good. It's always a concern whenever I start a new game. Gotta make sure the balancing is just right. First impressions are everything. Alright, let's get this started. We're at 0%. Here we go. Do you know how to use Kirby's copy ability? Just to show what screen you're on. Basically, this is the demonstration, and... Okay, first off, it is not quite the B button on this version. I'm playing on the Kirby's Dream Collection, and on this version, it's the 1 button. Apparently they did not bother changing the visual prompts, the button prompts, for this version of the game. Oh well, I can just explain that as I go along, how the powers work. The instructions again. I like how it has sure highlighted. No thanks. Now let's get the game properly started here. Continuing from when we last left off on the title screen. In hindsight, I probably should have looked up the name of this character here. This fairy has a name, but I forget what it is. Didn't think to look it up until just now. Oh well, too late now. By the way, I really like the cutscenes in this game. There's a lot of emotion and animation and that sort of thing. Ah yes, her name is Ribbon. Thank you for that, Strike Back. Anyway, we have watched the opening. Now I'm just going to go ahead and reset the game. And see how my progress is doing. Give me a minute just to do this real quick. You'll catch a brief glimpse of the Dream Collection interface here. 6 games, but we're focusing on Kirby 64. There's totally a point to this. And there we go! We're already at 2%! Wow, getting 100% in this game is going to be easy. I think the reason we're already at 2% is actually because of the theater. We can unlock all the movies in the game. So that's probably the explaining of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started for real. Totally get this started for real. Yep. Alright, so heading into Pop Star. And this is basically the level selection screen. So we click this, and here we go. Simple. In fact, I didn't even have to explain how it works. It kind of spoke for itself. So we basically got ourselves a typical Kirby game here. We got Kirby, who can jump in the air and puff up. He can suck up things, and more importantly, suck up enemies and spit them out, like so. And of course, Kirby's trademark ability is he can suck an enemy in, and he gains a power. For example, now he's able to poke out spikes, which is really handy. Now, the really interesting thing about this game is you can pull out a power, and hopefully I can do this correctly. Throw a power into another enemy, and now we can combine powers. So now with Needle and Cutter, we get this. Oh yeah, that's this is the game where Kirby is most OP, because this stuff gets ridiculous. Let's try out another one. Throw these away. Let's try out Cutter. Well, what does Cutter look like normally, out of curiosity? Normally, Kirby throws his face off of his body. So he's apparently made of putty. Hopefully. Otherwise, that would be very painful. Alright, so Cutter and Fire. We'll find out later because it got stuck on the platform. Oh well, we'll get another opportunity eventually. Now, one thing that I really think is really interesting about this game is the perspective. We got ourselves a 2D platformer, but it's got a 3D camera, so the camera goes in various angles as we go along. It's a really neat effect and kind of helps gives this 2D platformer more of a 3D feel, and it's a real shame that more games didn't take advantage of this idea. The only other game I can think of that does this is Klonoa on the PS1. I think also Klonoa 2 does it. But certainly none of the other Kirby games do it, which is a bummer, because it's a really neat effect. I really like how this does this. Hello, Maddie! Thank you for the resub. That is awesome of you. Ooh, new power. Okay, let's get rid of this one and see what the base power for Bomb is. So base power for Bomb is basically a bomb, and you can control the angle of your throw. Now let's see if we can combine Bomb with this guy. Nope, completely failed that. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to go grab another bomb, because that right there is a location of a Crystal Shard, and you need Bomb in order to grab it. Doesn't matter if I combine Bomb with another power. I mean, I'd like to combine it with another power just to show it off. Okay. So, Bomb and Fire. Oh, this is my favorite. It's a fireworks show. Anyway, with that, we can go ahead and grab that Crystal Shard, and that's the main gimmick of this game, collecting the Crystal Shards. I have more to say about that in a bit, but first, cutscene. Waddle Dee is super cute in this game. Stripeback says, when isn't Waddle Dee super cute? Like right now? Huh, so this is apparently how you create Waddle Doos. Aw, he cried! Well, I take that back, he's still cute. He's also super easy since he's the first boss. Surprisingly, he doesn't do the I-beam thing. Oh my goodness! I've never actually let this fight go on long enough in order to see the different animations he does. This is way more adorable than I thought. Look at that little bump on his head. Anyway, took care of that situation. Hey, sorry to beat you up like that, but you were kind of possessed. Hopefully your bones aren't too broken. And Waddle Dee joins us. Unfortunately, it's just as a side character situation, not actually playable, but somebody who's going to kind of appear here and there. help us along the way. Alright, first stage done. Let's go ahead and head to the next one. And I'm gonna toss this, because there's another power coming up that I really want. Let's start by grabbing Bomb, and then Cutter is gonna be right there. Hopefully I can do this. I can. Nope, come back here. This is another one of my favorite powers. The Throwing Star. It's kind of an interesting one. You don't actually see the Throwing Star get into the air, rather it just suddenly appears on whatever it hits. But I love it because all of a sudden you have this explosive Throwing Star stuck on an enemy. While we are here, by the way, I want to point out one severely underrated aspect of Kirby 64. Just about every level in the game is distinct from each other. Like, the first stage was the typical grassland, but then here we are in a quaint autumn forest. Just about every stage in the game is different like that. They could have easily taken the easy route and just gave us another grass level like any other game, but no. They actually put in the effort to have variety in this, and it's really cool. Speaking of cool, here we got ice. Gotta have an ice power in your game. Let's go ahead and combine it with Spark. And I believe this here is the most OP move in the game. Let me demonstrate that better. There we go. So, Kirby can create his own healing items. Oh, and here's Waddle Dee helping us. So, if you ever needed to worry about health, if you just really sucked at this game, just go with this power combination and you've basically got unlimited health. Alright, I need to keep an eye out. There. Kinda wish there was something to indicate how many Crystal Shards you collected in a level. You don't really know until the level is over. Ow. No. I missed the one-up. It is so funny that your food actually damages enemies, it seems. Or maybe it's not food, maybe it's just... Nope, it's definitely food. Food damages enemies. So OP! Hey, we got somebody hosting us! Thank you for the host, Reeler. So here's a returning character from Kirby's Dream Land 3, Addo, aka Adeline. I am 90% certain that this is the same character anyway, despite the slightly different name, and... Boy, I've heard of paintings coming to life, but that was ridiculous. So this is going to be a running theme for the first world of the game. Friends getting possessed. That is definitely Dark Matter's MO. What is that? Don't know, it goes down in one hit. That's weird. Oh, and now we're fighting a boss from Kirby's Dream Land 2. This is why I took my power away, because I kind of wanted to fight a boss legit. Since it's kind of a boss. I mean, actually, he is a boss. The one from Kirby's Dream Land 2. That's kind of a neat throwback. Oh, I forgot he drew himself a dark matter. This one probably easier than the ones Kirby's had to fight before. For the most part. There we go. And that took care of that. And so, Adeline is joining the team. Gonna be pretty much like Waddle Dee, a support character. Appear here and there in order to provide assistance. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to go for these collectible cards. I'm probably not going to collect them all, but each of these cards has a random enemy info on it. What one you get is completely random, so there's no guarantee I'll get all of those. But I'm gonna try to get as many as I can. Anyway, we have now arrived at King Dedede's castle. Let's see what new powers we can get at this place. Thankfully, your own bombs do not hit you. Did we try Bomb and Fire? Yeah, we tried Bomb and Fire. Did we try Bomb and Cutter? Yeah, that was the throwing star. Gonna try to keep track of which ones I've gotten throughout this adventure. Because there's a lot of possible combinations. Every power in the game can be combined with another. That is a really neat concept, and I wish that they would return to it. I mean, I heard that they kind of returned to it in Kirby Star Allies, but I haven't played it yet, so I don't know to what extent. Whether you can have every power with every power like you can in this game. Sometime I'd like to get Star Allies, but I'm kind of waiting for a deluxe version that has all the DLC on the cartridge. Don't know if that'll actually happen. Actually, I don't want this. As we come up to this area, I want to bring up this Crystal Shards situation again. There is 3 in every stage, and as I have already pointed out, you often will be needing a certain power in order to unlock whatever is holding the Crystal Shards. Which is all well and good, except in situations like this one. In this particular situation, this is the power I'm going to need for the next shard. I was wrong on the button. This is the power I need for the next shard, but if I miss this opportunity to grab these powers, then I'm going to have to replay the level again if I want another chance at the Crystal Shard. You kind of have to know in advance what powers you're going to need. Which is totally why I have a guide in front of me that has informed me that in this particular situation, I need some sort of cutter ability in order to get in here. Thankfully, the majority of the blocks holding the Crystal Shards are color-coded. Strikeback is pointing out that the DLC in Kirby Star Allies are all free updates. Oh, I know! But I'm wanting them to be all on the cartridge so that it's future-proofed. In case the servers go down, at least they would potentially all be on the cartridge. So we got Saw Blade Kirby, apparently. Not one of my more favorite powers in the game. In fact, let's see if we can find something a little bit more interesting. Have we done Fire and Fire yet? No, we haven't done Fire and Fire, so let's go ahead and see what that does for us. So normally it's just a regular fireball shooting through the air, and this time it's basically a comet. This is going to come in handy. Beginning of the game, and we've already reached King Dedede, who at this point in the series was still a bit of a jerk. And for the second time, he has been possessed. No, third time. This is the third time. He's been possessed in every one of the... yeah. He's been possessed every time in the Dark Matter trilogy. So this is certainly nothing new. Alright, phase 1 done, and now we come to this phase. He did this in Kirby's Dream Land 3 as well. Yup, he's got that same situation where he can spit stuff out of his belly. As he does the chompy thing, do the chompy thing. I want to see if you do the chompy thing. That would be it. Yep, still creepy. That is still creepy. And there we go. Also, missed opportunity to play the King Dedede battle theme. I know this is the beginning of the game, but still, you gotta have the Dedede battle theme. And for the first time in the Kirby series, King Dedede is coming along to help. Oh, certainly not the first time he's tried to help, but this is the first time he's actually joining along after we've already saved his butt. I find that actually pretty interesting. Dedede has had some interesting character development throughout the series, going from villain to kind of villain to sort of an anti-hero, and now he's decided he's going to be a hero. Hi. Time for the first boss. Oh, fire against wood? Yeah, this is gonna go pretty easy. Hypothetically easy. Actually, I could very well die considering how low health I am. So every boss in this game has 2 phases. Every main boss at the very least. Also, I really love this battle theme. This is one of my favorites, if not absolute favorite, Kirby boss theme. And of course, for the first boss, we gotta fight Wispy Woods. Wouldn't be a Kirby game if we didn't fight Wispy Woods at the start. Okay, I'm gonna try a different strategy here. Oop, watch that. That was actually a good strategy. Didn't think it would go through him. I guess because it's a dual power, it has a piercing on it. No! Well, you can't say you've never seen a playthrough where somebody died at Wispy Woods. But what do you expect? I went into this fight with only 3 health. Gotta say, something about Wispy Wood's model looks weird. Maybe he's just tired from being a parent, though. Alright, I want to see if I can grab two things. Two apples at the same time for that piercing effect. Yep, alright. 1, 2. Maddie Ratty's pointing out that Wispy looks small. Yeah, that is part of it. He is a little on the small side in this game. And one more hit should do it. And that takes care of that. Now, let's get that also traditional in totally every game Kirby dance, shall we? That was not a dance. I am disappointed. Well, at least we get a cool cutscene. No, seriously, where was the Kirby dance? Why wasn't there a Kirby dance? Did they not know how to make it so that they could do a dance using a 3D model? Maybe that's it. This was the first 3D Kirby game. Oh well. Anyway, we're done with, level 1. It's so weird that they call these levels. Most games call them worlds. And in fact, this game, they are worlds, so weird that they're still going with the level theming anyway. Anyway, we have finished level 1, and we're getting ready to go to level 2, but before we do, we are going to be going on an episode break. So, plot twist by the way, I'm actually a skunk. To those of you who are not familiar with my channel anyway. So, hopefully that does not change your perception of this playthrough. Hopefully you found it enjoyable regardless. In fact, if you're watching up to this point, odds are this playthrough does not stink. Be right back. Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we have finished level 1, Popstar. We are now getting ready to go to level 2, Rockstar. Oh, I get it. Ha. You know, speaking of Popstar being a star, by the way, I always found it weird that Kirby's home planet is literally a typical generic 5-pointed star. I mean, I guess I can kind of get used to the idea that this planet happens to become star-shaped, but it's weird that it's all yellow. I mean, sure, it's yellow, it's a star, but considering that the landscape isn't yellow, you'd think the color of the star would be something like green or something, or maybe it would be a star-shaped planet Earth. No, well, just a little thing that I am thinking of. Let's go ahead and head into Rockstar now. Anything? Nope. At this point, there's nothing to the left of the starting point. Alright, what we got here? That is not a power. I am disappointed that Umbrella is not a power in this game. Let's see if we can find something else. How about Needle and Fire? And this gives us Bow and Arrow Kirby. Flaming arrows, in fact. Ah, if only it had piercing, that would make this better. Actually, this is kind of awkward to use. Because you gotta hold it in order to start aiming up. All the while, you can't really move. Let's see if we can find something better. How about needle and... Oh, this will be good. Needle and needle. I'm not going to kill that. I can actually need it in a moment. But first... Kirby has become... something like a Swiss Army knife? Sort of? It's actually quite ridiculous. No more or less powerful than other powers, but the ridiculous nature of it just makes this awesome. Too bad I don't want it right now. I actually want to grab stone for a Crystal Shard later in this level. So stone lets Kirby turn into a rock. Like this, he is completely invulnerable. Anything that touches him dies. The downside is he can't jump. Now let's see if I can time this good. Get ourselves double stone. And even bigger stone Kirby. Alrighty then. Let's just roll with this, shall we? The fact that he walks at a decent pace like that is helpful. Oh, even better, whenever he comes out of it, it damages enemies. So he's not only a rock, he's an explodey rock. Okay, actually, I need to go back. I just realized, while I want stone, I don't necessarily want double stone, so I need to grab myself another one. And try to keep it for as long as I can. Again, grabbing all the Crystal Shards in this game is kind of annoying. And yet, I grab them every time I play this game. For some reason, I feel compelled to get 100% whenever I play this game. Might be because the true final boss is locked behind 100%. Yeah, that's probably something to do with it. Alright, let's go ahead and move on properly here. Hi there, not thwomp. You know what? I'm gonna come up here, actually. I was just gonna fly over you because I noticed I could do that, but it's a good thing I did because there was a Crystal Shard up there. Speaking of flying, I believe this is the first game in the series where Kirby has a limited amount of time that he can fly. Up until this point, he's had unlimited flight. I guess they finally decided that was perhaps a little too OP. So let's go ahead and explode in this guy's face. I almost feel sorry about them. He's so happy up until I explode in his face. In fact, he's still happy when I explode in his face. I ruined his day, but he keeps the smile. What a trooper. Matty Ratty says, I think this is the only time he has such limited flight. It just would kind of break the game in 3D at least. Well, admittedly, it has been a while since I played other Kirby games. Maybe he didn't have unlimited flight in Return to Dreamland. Can't really remember. Oh, there we go. Just when you think you were trapped, Waddle Dee comes and saves the day. And just in time, because it's all filled up. Alright, right in there is another Crystal Shard. I can't quite get into there yet, though, because I need a power from the end of this. There it is. Toss it before it got hit by that thing. Would have sucked if I had to do this level again. So now we got Spark and Lightning. Let me try it again. Now we got stone and lightning, which means we get a sparking boulder flying all over the place. Kirby's not quite invulnerable like this, but it certainly makes it hard for enemies to get to him, gotta say. And we can just basically let this keep flying around us if we wanted. If we're good enough, at least. As long as it doesn't come back into us. Oh, wait, prove me wrong. Hold on a sec. I want the star. I'm also going to go ahead and avoid you guys. There's nothing under me, is there? Okay, good. Anything in that? Yep. Oh, hold on a sec. Well, you can't fly while that is out. Also, now that we're in the second world, we no longer have new characters joining my team. So no more mini-bosses. Not of that variety, anyway. This one, we don't necessarily need a power for any Crystal Shards, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this one. Let's see, we got Spark. And... no. Save that for later, because I know later on there's a Crystal Shard that uses that combination. How about you two? Oh, that's just the one that I had, derp. Nope, death number 2. Natty Ratty is asking if I beat Adeline by letting her smack into me. No, I decided to kick her. Gotta say, that is a neat effect. The face transition, that is. I am so disappointed that these bouncy things have never been powers. Granted, bouncy has never been a great power in video games traditionally. I'm looking at you, Super Mario Galaxy. I wonder if I could have... Hold on a sec. Have I done Spark and Fire yet? I don't think I have. Let's try that. I forgot about this one. Oh, this is fun. Until it wears out and the rock lands on you. But besides that, it's fun. Catch yourself on fire. Sure, why not? I'm actually kind of curious. Yep, that actually does damage enemies before you catch on fire. So that's kind of interesting. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. By the way, we are continuing the trend here of levels looking pretty different from each other overall. Sure, it's a grassy area, and we've had those before, but this grassy area has ruins. Oh, you can barely see it, but the look on Kirby's face whenever he's on fire is priceless. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. Hard to get a good look. But trust me, it is priceless. Ooh, one up. Come here, you. I can't remember if this game saves lives. Somewhere around here is another Crystal Shard. There it is. Let's see if we can get something else that would be fun. I'll start with a needle, and perhaps... Oh! I also really like how enemies actually get stuck on your thorns whenever you hit them. Let's try not to fall down there. What's up here? One up? Ooh, be careful because of all those guys throwing things around. I don't necessarily need the health, but I'll grab it anyway because it's here. Oh yeah, this Kirby lets you use your powers underwater. Kind of slows your powers down a bit, but aside from that, was that Cutter? I think that was Cutter. Let me think, have I done Needle and Cutter yet? I don't know if I have, so let's try it. No, that was like the first one I tried in the game. I'm gonna need to somewhat try to keep track of that. Let's see if I can find something else to mix with Cutter. I'm fairly certain that will kill you. Okay, there's another power coming up that I could potentially use. You. Just need to be in a position where I'm not being shot. Okay, let's try this the other way. Oh, come on! Come here, you. There we go. That looks painful. But does not protect you from the effects of Spark. Oh yeah, and of course the ice power lets you put enemies in ice. Okay, this isn't a very good power. Let's try something else. How about fire and spark? Or is that that one? That's that one. There's so many possible combinations, definitely going to be hard to keep track of them all. Also, I find it weird that that particular enemy is ice, because these guys, that floaty enemy appears in Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3, and they don't really have powers in that game. Instead, they're there to instantly kill your animal buddies. Of course, this game doesn't have animal buddies. Not unless you count this penguin guy here. He's kind of an animal buddy, isn't he? So this is where King DDD comes into play. He allows us to get through stuff like this. Basically, the only occurrence of the hammer ability in this game. Well, I suppose on the bright side, that means you don't have to worry about needing a hammer in order to reach certain secrets. Now, if only he could reach across and whack those guys without jumping off. Please don't die again. Health in there. Was it something I passed up? Yeah. I kind of want that health. Oh wait, never mind, there's better health over here. Gimme. So I think this actually makes the first time that King DDD is technically playable in a Kirby game. It would be nice if his 3D model looked a little bit better. He looks very blocky. Like, this isn't King DDD, this is a knockoff DDD. Alright, before I go in here, I need to grab a power from here. So let's get rid of that. What do I need? No, I just need something with stone. So let's find stone. There we go. And for funsies, I suppose I could try mixing it with something. What could I possibly do? I've already done stone and electric. How about stone and needle? Unless I need that one later. I think I need that one later. So never mind. Let's instead... No, wait, actually, I'm thinking of something else. So let's go ahead and try that, actually. Try to get this timing well. Stone and needle. Drill. Okay, this is in fact a power that I need later. No, well, I get to show it off now anyway. Strikeback is asking, why does the axe give stone? Cause you grind axes on stones, I guess? Alright, first Crystal Shard is... Oh, I'm thinking of a different place. Continuing the trend, by the way, where every stage in the game has its own sort of look to it. Useful powers as usual. Alright, there's the first Crystal Shard, and it is why I wanted stone. So that I can go ahead and do this. You only need stone for that one, but it's kind of fun to just experiment with different powers. Let's see if we can find something to combine with fire next. Okay, I believe I want to go this way. You being here is not great. Hold on a sec. Fire and cutter. Fire sword. That's the one we haven't seen yet. Alright. There was a branching path up there, and because I went left, that allows me to get this Crystal Shard. If I had taken the other path, I would have missed this. Oh yeah, there's something else about this sword. Not only can we use it to swing at enemies, but also I can find an enemy, press up, and I can chuck it. I'll keep this for now. So this is kind of neat. Again, not necessarily one of my favorites. Oh! However, that is handy. You know, I've just found something really amusing about Kirby holding this gigantic flaming sword with a big old grin on his face. That is the face of a murderer. I've already mentioned this, but I really like how these levels, despite being 2D, do this whole 3D thing with the camera. Makes the levels all the more interesting. Never mind the fact that every level looks different. Kirby 64 is actually a pretty short game. They probably could have made a longer one if they had done more, well, less variety with levels. So, the fact that they were willing to go the extra mile and have each level look different, definitely appreciate that. Maddie Ratty is asking what my favorite power is. Fireworks. I showed it off earlier in the playthrough. How convenient that my favorite power combination is available so early in the game. By the way, I am aware that I have been missing some occasional stars here and there. Hopefully you guys do not mind that. They are not necessarily important, they're just there to eventually get extra lives. Okay, can't swim while holding a sword? Or can you? Actually, you can. Okay, this is actually useful. That allows me to get in here and dodge that thing. Okay, I don't know what the deal was for a moment there. It seemed like I couldn't swim. And I missed the playing card. Oh well. Okay. So I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do one world per episode, but that probably is not actually going to be the case. So, oh well. I guess this means that even though we're not done with World 2, we are going to go ahead and head into our second episode break of today's stream. We will be right back. And when we come back, we're going to get into a spaceship. Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were in the middle of level 2 Rockstar. Now I want to point something out while I'm out here. I was able to beat level 1 within a half hour, but that's because level 1 only has 3 stages and a boss. Level 2, on the other hand, has 4 stages and a boss. So, of course this has taken me a little bit longer. That said, we're almost done with this level, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, hold on a sec. Drop that. Do I want this? I want to think here. Actually, let's leave. By the way, I think it is absolutely amazing that this game allows you to exit a level before you finish it. Why don't more games do that? Most of them require you finishing it first before they allow you to exit like that. Anyway, the reason I wanted Bomb is for another power combination for a Crystal Shard coming up. And I just killed the enemy that I wanted. Let's try that again. Bomb and Spark for a light bulb. Well, I was about to say, Kirby exploded. I hope that didn't hurt. Guess not. He seems to be okay, though. So let's go ahead and light the way through this level. That is cool. So I said we would be going into a spaceship here. That is indeed the case. The fact that it rose out of the sand like that definitely makes it really cool, though. So I need to take this power a decent ways into this level. I think halfway through. It's for Crystal Shard number 2, yeah. Oop. Apparently, light bulbs are not immune to cannon shots. Who'da thunk? Great use of the 3D environment, by the way, having these cannon shots come from the background. Okay, need to be careful here, because potentially I could instantly die if these things squish me. Actually, let me go back the other way, because I kind of want that food. Because apparently it is very easy to die in this game, considering I've already died twice. Oh, watch out for that thing up there. Alright, that's the first shard. Now I just need to make it to the next room with this light bulb. I'm not gonna try squeezing through that because I would probably die. Now I got room for it. Hi Adeline, what you looking at? Did you paint in the dark? Is it supposed to glow in the dark? Here, allow me to add some black light. Alright, moon, sun, star. Am I lighting up Addo too? Only kinda sorta. Okay. So it was moon. Sun, star. And that should have made a crystal shard appear. Yep. I'm not entirely sure if it's those exact same buttons every time, or if it's random. That's why I brought the power along instead of just looking up the button solution. Even if it is this exact same pattern every time, it'd be no fun just to look up the answer. I really like this level, by the way. They could have done just a generic spaceship, traditional electronics on the walls, but no, this place is actually really neat. Now, do I want you for anything? No, I just need to kill you. And that's the last crystal shard for this level. Be careful with this climb because these poles are electrified. Bip bip. Almost tricked me. Card. Alright, that takes care of that. Next up, strangely enough, might be one of my favorite bosses in the game. Not entirely sure why. I guess because first we got a chase sequence. We're basically dealing with pixels. 3D pixels. And right now, I can't do anything about this. There's nothing to fight, I just have to avoid taking damage for a little bit. I just have to try to not take damage for a little bit. I'm probably going to have to do this again. Okay, the point is to not get smacked in the head. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hold on to this if I can. The way they change direction certainly tricks me out a bit. Alright, phase 1 down, got the chase done. Now the fight can begin proper. It's been a while since I did this fight. I can't remember if you have to use the correct color in order to damage the correct pixel. Nope, you don't necessarily have to do that. But now I'm curious if it causes double damage or something. Seems to be about the same regardless of what color you're using to hit, maybe. Once you're actually up here, the fight is pretty simple. Just don't get hit. Thankfully, these things that you're trying to collect are just high enough that you can run under them while you run for your life. And that takes care of that. Well, I thought for sure I was going to be dying, but I managed to win in the end. Another cutscene. You know, the first time I played this game, I thought these cutscenes were FMVs, because the models are so, well, relatively high quality. Like, look at that. That didn't look like low-poly models just then with that food. Of course, I was playing on the original Nintendo 64 originally, where the screen resolution was lower than it is now, so now the polygons are a little bit more obvious. Still though, these cutscenes are neat. It's kind of weird that you don't get an introductory cutscene for each level like you would normally. Instead, you get a cutscene for ending the level. Still though, these are pretty good and entertaining cutscenes. Alright, that takes care of level 2, so onward to level 3, Aquastar. We gotta have a water-themed world, of course. Hi. Why do you keep saying hi? And how come your health isn't refilled? You just beat a boss. Uh-oh. Well, my health is refilled now. Let's do this a little bit more smartly. Well, in my defense, it was smarter. I just didn't see that extra attack coming. Oh, considering their volcanic nature, I was expecting fire. Okay, as I go along, I need to make sure to grab ice and bomb. So, I'm gonna keep an eye out for those. Just let me break these, please. Thank you. Oh, can I drop down? I can once I have my face back. Health there, but I no longer need it. Ice and bomb. Surprisingly, I've not found those yet. I didn't actually make note of where these powers were located. I guess I'll find them when I find them. Don't miss this. Come to think of it, I think this is the first game Kirby was given a voice, too. Oh, here we are. Poor Penguin knew what was coming, but it was too late. So here's ice, and bomb is a little bit further up. Meanwhile, frogs. They are invulnerable. Good to know. There's bomb. I wanted to get those stars first because I couldn't remember if your power collides with the stars or not. Okay, camera, you're gonna have to work with me here. I need to be able to see up ahead. Whatever, I'll grab this while I'm here. Alright, ice and bomb. Exploding snowman. Depending on the proximity to the explosion, you either get blown up or encased in ice. Either way is a bad day. Okay, let's try not to lose this power. I don't exactly know where I'm supposed to be keeping it. Is it Shard 2? No, it's Shard 3 that I need this for. So I need to keep it for as long as I can, pretty much. If I lose this power, I'm gonna have to redo the level. Rather not do that. I'll just do this. Can jump into him, that's kind of handy. Hi, Addo. Thanks, Addo. Man, if we had somebody like that in real life, world hunger would no longer be a thing. Okay, right down here is where we need the exploding snowman situation. And that'll get us Crystal Shard number 3. And that's all I need that for. Give me that electricity, please. I want to see what I can perhaps grab with this. Oh, how about another electricity? Haven't done that yet. Double electricity is a giant electrical spear. Kind of shrinks whenever you're moving. I think it also has a limit to its strength. Like if enough things ran into it, it would shrink. Apparently it does not block projectiles, so keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind. One of the rare instances that ducking is actually useful. Okay, 3, 2. I need to be on the lookout for stone. I'm gonna die on purpose. Just to get my health back. Because I need to carry stone with me for who knows how long. So I believe that this is the second time we've had a forest level in this game. Despite that, it is still different from the first one. The first one was kind of autumn-like. This one is more like a lush green forest. So the trend of different level themes continues. And I'm going to keep on pointing that out ever so often, because that is a detail that needs to be appreciated. I don't think I've ever actually seen anybody point that out either. How each level in the game is somewhat different from each other. Oh, what? I do not trust my stone legs to carry me across this fast enough. Oh, that's some current. Fire coming up. Alright. You're just gonna run back and forth? And this should be easy. Alright, fire and stone. I become a volcano. Neat. And as it so happens, this is where I need the power. I'm just gonna sit safely here. And we need this in order to get to the Crystal Shard. Food up there that I don't necessarily need. So, that's another power combo I can mark off my list. At some point. Hey D! This looks fun. Anybody wanna ride in a box down a river for real? Uh-oh. And don't miss that. Otherwise, well, maybe you can kill yourself. Depends on how many obstacles there are. 1, 2... 3... 4... 5... And that's all of them. So as long as you aren't at full health, you could kill yourself to get another shot at that Crystal Shard. Otherwise, gotta do the whole level again. Good boy. Oh, I want this. Almost forgot that this was in the game. Gotta have our invincibility candy. This is totally not the invincibility candy theme. Oh. Good thing I saw that. Let's see if we can find something else for our power. Cutter and... I did cutter and cutter. Fire and cutter? Was fire cutter sword or was needle cutter sword? Uh-oh. Kind of vulnerable whenever you don't have your face. Maddie Ratty is asking if this game suffered from American Kirby is super angry syndrome. Can't remember. Okay, hold on a sec. That was the wrong button. There's two different throw buttons. One throws up and the other throws to the side. I don't think Kirby was angry on this box. We've already done double fire. These are some very thorny logs, gotta say. What kind of trees were they? And that was bad. Okay, let's see. How much time do I have right now before the next break? Not enough to be confident. So we'll go ahead and go on the next episode break right now. And when we come back, whatever this level is, I think it's another beach level. Or is it the first beach level? I think I already did a beach level. Whatever, it's a beach level. Okay, getting ready to continue here, but before I do, I want to remind everybody of my schedule. This game, of course, I probably won't be finishing it today, so it will be continued on Wednesday. Meanwhile, every Thursday and Saturday, I stream RPG Maker games. Currently, I am getting near the end of an RPG Maker VX Ace game called Gaiken. It is an action RPG that is open world, and it is a really good game. The story is certainly has me hooked, gotta say. Bit confusing at times, but a really good story overall. All of my streams take place at the usual time, 5 PM Eastern. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were still in the middle of level 3, the water world, and I was sitting on this screen here, and a thought has occurred to me. What is written on the crayon? The first part seems to be Pop, so I was thinking maybe Pop Star, but no, Pop Star is 7 letters, and this appears to only be 6. For all we know, it could be actually Japanese, and it's just not obvious that it's Japanese because it's cut off. So who knows what the situation with that. Stripe back says looks kind of like Poptel. I wonder if it's like some sort of reference to some sort of crayon manufacturer. Not necessarily Crayola, but another one. Maybe one that exists in Japan. Oh! Frightback brings up an interesting idea. Maybe a combo of Popstar and Pastel. That actually makes sense. Might be onto something, possibly. Hard to say for certain, though. Anyway, I want to do a comparison real quick. This is what kind of level? We're at a beach, but it's a grassy beach with palm trees. So yeah, here is a different beach, but it's a much more sandy one. Okay, as I go through this level, I want to make sure I grab Cutter and Bomb early on. In other words, I don't want this. Especially since it's not doing me much good. When I get the chance, there's something I want to try as well. Just need to encounter the first thing. Well, there's something that I showed off by accident just then. You can actually hold stuff in your mouth in between sections. That's not normally a thing you can do in Kirby games. Normally, the game would force you to spit it out right as you go through the exit. Gotta say, I like this camera angle for some reason. The sideways, sort of slanted angle as we look out into the horizon like that. Of course, horizons don't actually work that way, but it's still a neat perspective. Aww. No, I do not accept. Kirby is one of those series where it's actually a good thing that enemies respawn. It occurs to me that since I swallowed that guy, I didn't get to show off the thing that I want to show off. Whatever. I need to carry this with me anyway. Okay, I need... not you. Yeah, your powers are definitely a little bit restricted underwater. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Handy that Kirby 64 actually lets you suck underwater. So I need this power for... something. Oh yeah, it's a throwing star, that's right. Well, in that case, I'm definitely glad we got this power, because it's fun. Oh boy. Alright, right in here. Don't break that block yet. Instead, need to hit this block that looks like it's covered in moss, but in actuality requires bomb and cutter in order to blow it up, like that. Now these ones I don't want to ride. Oop! I was looking at my notes just as I was reading that I needed stone for the next shard. So let me grab that. And eventually we'll come up on Cutter. Oh, hi, DDD! It's too bad that DDD isn't actually playable. Actually, supposedly all 4 of these characters that we have on this journey were supposed to be playable. Well, I say all 4, but there's also Ribbon. But besides Ribbon, Waddle Dee, Adeline, and DDD were supposedly all going to be playable. Okay, this is going to be tricky. I want to kill you first because I want to try for the guy over there. Wait, there's an easy way of doing this. And that's when being able to throw upwards comes in handy. So, one unfortunate thing about this game is that it doesn't actually have the animal buddies from the previous 2 games. I actually thought those guys were kind of neat, a precursor to the power combining ability of this game. However, thanks to this power combination, we actually get to become stone versions of these animal buddies. And it's kind of random which ones we get. For the most part, these transformations are not that useful. But there is one instance where they are very much coming in handy. Ooh, careful about that hole appearing just there. I will say, each of these partner stones statues have some amount of usefulness, except for Kine. Unless you can swim in water, should experiment with that. Primarily, though, we want this power for that crystal shard up there. So first get rid of that. Nope, Kine cannot swim. Poor Kine. So let's see what we got here. Oh, this is the one I wanted, actually. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Because Rick can climb walls. This is not an ability he has in Kirby's Dream Land 2, but he has it in Kirby's Dream Land 3. I don't think you ever use it, though. This is actually really tedious, but it is pretty necessary, I think. I will have to double check whenever I get out of here. For now, I'm already too far up to want to try a different statue. Let's go ahead and try out some of these others, though. You have the ability to fly. Ah, but it is limited. Nago the cat can double jump. Oh, make that triple jump. Not that that's useful. And Ku the owl, once again, a limited amount of flight. And there was also the bubblegum partner, which I know is one thing you can have here. Okay, that doesn't work. Your bubblegum partner had the ability to cling to ceilings, but I don't know if that is an attribute that she has in this game. It's kind of difficult to find ourselves a ceiling that is low enough. Let's see if I can grab most of these. Already out of flying power just about. Nope. That was shard number 3, which means this is the end of this level. Well, I guess, Kine has some use. And I'm done. Let's go ahead and try something else. Actually, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. If there's any stage where this thing I want to show off will come in handy, it's this one. Because I don't necessarily have to swallow an enemy. I can actually hold it over my head, and in this case it's actually really useful. Because it allows us to be carried by a fish. I am not pressing anything. And then I probably should have pressed something there to avoid the fish getting crushed by the rock, but other than that, I wonder if you do the same thing. Nope. I wonder if I can time this to get double bomb. Got it. What is double bomb doing for us? Oh, this one! We shoot rockets and they're homing. You know what? I'm just gonna keep this one for a bit. It's fun. Once again, because we're in the water, it slowed down some. So kind of be careful. Don't rely on it too much. I kind of want these. Just for one up. Oh, no, 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 no. Go with the flow, go with the flow. Don't fight the flow, go with it. Oh, wait, except in this case. Let's try to get over in this direction so that I am able to swim up to this. And I think I can keep going. Yeah. Of course, we gotta have water currents. Gonna want to be careful as we go along, in fact. I mean, besides the fact that I don't want to die, there's also a crystal shard right down here. No. Go back. Go back. You know what? I take it back. I do want to die. Let's try this again, but better. There we go. Ow. By the way, something I kind of noticed, that on certain occasions it seems like the end of the final stage before the boss, it's like we're getting towards the boss's lair. So in this case, we're in this underground water area, and coming up... Okay, that death was not on purpose. This also is not the boss I was talking about. This mini-boss is totally not entirely 3D. His bottom half is a sprite. You can tell because it is a fuzzy roundness compared to his top side. Kind of interesting, that. Okay, was there a crystal shard up here? No. What is the purpose of this little section up here, then? I guess just for it to be there. Oh, I forgot about this part. Well, if I didn't die against that mini-boss, I would have definitely died to this. You know, come to think of it... Oh, is there a crystal shard here? I think there's a crystal shard here. Come to think of it... we don't get to grab the copy abilities from the mini-bosses in this game. Every other Kirby game? Sure. This one? Nope. Not counting Kirby's Dream Land 1, of course. Alright, that is all the crystal shards in this level, I'm pretty sure. Can I get stone from this? Guess not. Well, at the very least, we are kind of able to defend ourselves. Okay, so we were in a deep underwater level section with rocks and that sort of thing there. And now we come to the boss. Once again, in an underground cave. Okay, what do I want to do here? Can I get through this fight without dying? That is the question. Do I want to use this power? I was Perhaps maybe if I combine it with that power... Oh wait, that's not a power. It's just a rock. More rocks. Here. Wait, what? Hold on. This has potential. I just discovered a thing. That hits him! I never knew this before! Well, that's neat. Oh, but then he ran into my guy and now I don't have him anymore. Oop, watch out for that. By the way, Aggro is one of the cuter bosses in the game. I kind of want to hug him. However, I'm just going to continuously shoot arrows. Aww, again? Here, have a skull. Fine, don't have a skull. Now, I want to do this arrow thing again, because that was a neat discovery. I didn't know that they did that. Alright, that takes care of that. Poor Aggro. Now I want to hug him in even more. Oh wait, never mind. I don't think I want to hug him if it means being down there. You can tell I can kind of... Or you can kind of tell I kind of adore Aggro, considering I know Aggro's name. Watch it turn out that that's not actually his name, though. Okay, I just need to make sure not to press down, because that puts this thing back in my mouth. Strikeback says, I think it's Acro. You know, you might be right, and I might be wrong. I never was good with names. I'm sorry, Acro, I got your name wrong. Possibly. Probably. Hey, it's not my fault this game doesn't display your name. So this was a neat little thing I discovered. And that is probably the closest we're going to get to a Kirby dance in this game. Hey, sucks to be you. Bye. They just up and left him there. Alright, that's the end of level 3. I think I have time for one more stage here, so let's go ahead and start this one. I don't have to worry about acquiring any specific powers for this one, so I get to enjoy whatever I find. Let's find this, and... I've already did Stone and Stone. Those guys are not a power. Are you guys a power? Well, I'm not gonna find out like that. Oop! Watch out for pitfalls. Like that one. Okay, I need that other guy to kind of appear. Huh. He's not respawning. Weird. I thought this was a Kirby game. And there's another death. Well, we've already done Stone and Cutter, so I don't necessarily want that one. Stone and fire was volcano. I know there's fire coming up. Let's toss that and see if we can't find fire. You know what? Oh, come on. I was able to bonk on my head on him the first time and didn't hurt. Nope, those guys do not have a power. Spear was not yet a thing. Okay, at this rate, I'm definitely going to die again. Let's try not to die again. Whoa, that guy's got some leap. My cutter is better than your cutter. Oh, that's food. I want to try to get that food. Got it. I don't know how you're supposed to know that that particular pit has a crystal shard in it. It's kind of mean. Oh, hold on a sec. Speaking of which, crystal shard. Alright, there's gonna be fire up here, I think. Yeah. Well, we're definitely not combining fire with stone or spark or cut or whatever it was that I was holding. Let's see if we can find something else, I guess. Eventually. You know, I don't know what people are talking about when they say that Kirby games are too easy. I already did fire and fire. Admittedly, I am playing a bit sloppy. Except for that time. That time, the guy was just more skilled than I was. I guess you're gonna continue to live. Okay, definitely a crystal shard here-ish, I think. I think I'll wait for that thing to drop. Once again, continuing the trend of levels being different from each other. Gotta appreciate the different multiple background layers. No, it wasn't this section that had the crystal shard. It was the next one, probably, possibly? But first, gotta fight fire with fire. Okay, in regards to being easy, the mini-bosses in this game are definitely on the easy side. What happened to the mini-bosses that were in other Kirby games anyway? Like Bonkers. You don't see him in this game. I mean, sure, you don't get a hammer power in this game, but I mean other bosses like him. Instead, we're just getting larger versions of smaller enemies. You think for all the effort they put into this game with the variety of levels, they'd be able to do a little bit more with the mini-bosses. Oh well, not really a big deal. Just adds to the sense of easiness, I guess. This is not exactly the highest rated Kirby game. Although I feel like people in general like this game more than Kirby's Dream Land 3. Okay, the timing of that was very bad. Normally what happens is the music cuts out and then your invincibility wears out a few seconds later. It gives you some sort of warning. Not this time, I guess. Oh well. Okay, so I believe at this point I am out of time. Yep, I'm out of time. So those of you watching this here at Twitch, I'll send you on a raid to Matty Ratty. And everybody else, I'm gonna say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.